You're basically being cosmically commanded to release an old version of yourself, at least what you thought you were. What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with this general tarot reading for the full moon in Aries that we're having. And y'all, it's been a lot. For those of you in the Spartan Spirit Squadron over on Patreon, you understand I'm a Libra rising and an Aries sun, and the eclipse happened on my ascendant. The full moon is happening on my natal sun. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be I'm standing essentially. The way things have been, the way God been working on me. Ooh, all right, hydrate, light it if you need it. It has taken me so long to get this done. I wanted to bring this to you sooner, but as I said, God's still working on me, y'all. Like I'm doing my best. I really am. Um and it's interesting uh because when we're talking about Aries energy, we're talking about the baby. Wee little baby. Aries is me, your concept of me. There's the me versus the we that's coming up. The thing is, it's interesting because, pop astrology has everybody thinking that Aries are these natural born leaders. No. Aries is like the best fucking general you can have. They're like the loyal foot soldier. They just end up being leaders because Aries likes to poke at authority. Aries likes to test the integrity of said authority. And 96% of the time, the authority that's in place is found wanting in some sort of way or is lacking, often 222 on the clock. If the authority is not fucking masterful, Aries will reveal it, and then everyone ends up, gathering around Aries because they were the one that poked the hole in the theory. They were the one that, popped the bubble of the, potential leader. They're the one who revealed the truth. Um, so they end up being leaders, but not interested usually in being a leader or in leadership necessarily. Yes, they want to be the first. They want to be primary. They want to be the best, which is why they end up inspiring a lot of people. So I'm telling you this because this is the vibe of this full moon. There's something about, do you feel the best at what you do? Who are you and what are you ready to do about it? There's lots of spontaneous energy in the ether. 3:33 on the clock. Can't. Okay, anyway. Aries is the sign of I am. Aries is the self. Aries is the first house, which is the face that you show the world. And so it's your concept of me, it's how other people see you. And so there is some sort of a release or a shedding in that. I would definitely check to see where you have Aries in your houses and where Mars is. So do your own research. But like I said, hydrate, light it if you need it. I'm ready to go ahead and get it in. So we welcome in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. I'm balancing this light on my bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. I'm supposed to be praying. Welcome my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for this full moon in Aries that we are having. This full moon in Aries is going to be squaring Pluto direct in Capricorn. So full moons are what happen when the sun opposes the moon, when the sun or the moon opposes the sun, we'll say. It's a period of release. It's like let go, let God. Um, that time of month. And usually whatever seeds were planted in the new moon start to germinate or harvest in the full moon. So there is something there. I did something new with my hair. Y'all, I'm going to be squirreling all throughout this. So prepare for that. But this release, this shedding is arm wrestling transformation. Some of us are going to fight to stay the same. Some people are fighting to stay the same, and some people are like, oh, I surrender. I give it. I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna hold you. And so there's something there around understanding that balance of this has to do with your you-ness, your self-image, the face that you show the world, your concept of I am, your concept of me. And so this has the potential to be very uncomfortable. I just want to give you a heads up. The next couple weeks could be real uncomfortable because it's like a sunburn at night. That's how it feels. It's like, where the fuck did this sunburn come? It's been dark all this time. Why? You know, I don't know too much about sunburns, but I've had them. Hello. Anyway, um, so ultimately, what outdated parts of yourself do you need to relinquish? That's where we're at. This full moon is happening on October 17th, 2024. It's happening at 7:26 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:26 a.m. Mountain Time at 24 degrees Aries. Y'all, I am a 25-degree Aries sun. I'll just leave it at that. If you know, you know. And you know I got to hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. me. Hydrate. I hate when I do that. I just like pull it in my mouth and then. Okay. I'm going in this blind with you. Oh, I went right past it. Aries, 24 degrees. Elias Lonsdale's description of the 24th degree of Aries is a harp which plays itself. Joy and freedom are perfect companions along the greater way. Joy celebrates existence with a passion and a power and a fervent insistency. Freedom keeps on opening the context to make it more universal, more resonant, and more karma free. Moving along this way is a creative feast of self discovery and exploration of the edges. Anyway, when selfhood is free to improvise and is open, excuse me, I didn't mean to burp. Confirmation burps though. When selfhood is free to improvise and is open ended, it is an unqualified blessing. I'm going to say that again. When selfhood is free to improvise and is open ended, it is an unqualified blessing. You most especially demonstrate and embody a self-generative style and substance that is wildly needed and inspirationally infused into the collective bloodstream so that we can get on with innovations and limitless worlds and feel confident that there is somebody there pioneering the bold reaches forward who is too foolish to stop for anything. Oh, I've been talking to God all day about this, all day. All day. Even those of you who are over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, there's a tier for daily readings. And I was just going in so hard today about don't give up. Even if you look stupid, even if you feel stupid, who is too foolish to stop for anything, so that we can get on with innovations. That's so we can get on with the fucking progression of our species. So we can get on with innovations and limitless worlds and feel confident that there is somebody out there. There is somebody pioneering the bold reaches forward who is too foolish to stop for anything. That's a whole word. That was the whole thing was in the last sentence. Y'all, I'm going to warn you, Elias Lonsdale can write a run-on sentence, but it's always chef's fucking kiss. I got to read that again. Ooh, my degree, the 25th degree, is a great dragon asleep in a cave. And look at us about to get woke the fuck up. So that we can get on with innovations and limitless worlds and feel confident that there is somebody there pioneering the bold reaches forward who is too foolish to stop for anything. Ooh, 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 okay. And that's what this is. That's what I feel like this whole full moon is about. We doing this or nah? We going or nah? What you are you about that life or nah? We moving forward or nah? We progressing or nah? Because if not, skirt, bye. It's been real. You know the fucking motto. Well, the Patreon, they know. Don't be a groupie. Keep it motherfucking moving. And that's what it is. We're not sticking around to be like, what's happening? No, we are busy innovating, creating limitless worlds, pioneering, and too damn foolish to stop. Because all of Tarot is the fool's journey. Ooh, and I just saw the world. The world is the final card in the major arcana. The world is the signifier of the end of one of the many fool's journeys. And I just feel like there's something about being shed is fear. I feel like the fear of being your whole self, the fear of being perceived a certain way, the fear of like that thing that's been holding you back, that energy, that question, that insecurity that's been holding you back, that fear of like how you'll be perceived or how other people will take it, the care about the optics, that shit is being removed. That shit is being released. And I feel like it's being ripped violently out of our minds, out of our thoughts, out of our routines, out of our habits. A lot of us have been in turmoil about like, are we going to progress? Like what's happening? When I feel like even procrastination, your ability to procrastinate is up for grabs. This is something about like we got to figure out like what do we want to be done with? What do we want to hand over? What are we not doing anymore? Who are you? And what are you ready to do about it? So what about ourselves needs to be released? Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones. All right. For our greatest and highest good, please reveal to us what about ourselves needs to be released. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. How much you care about how much time it's going to take, how much energy it's going to take. When is it going to happen? When is the fruit of my labor coming in? Understand that time is an illusion. The way we perceive it is an illusion. And so there's something about when is it going to be in my time? When is my abundance going to come in? How will I know for certain? Like we're breaking free of the illusion of certainty and the bounds that our concept of time has on us. I feel like your fear about investing, your fear to invest in yourself, to invest in those ideas, your fear to just like, there is no perfect time to start. Starting is the perfect condition. There's not a perfect condition that's going to come in and just make everything like now it'll be time to start this thing. Now is the time to be this way. Now is the time to share this with the world, or to share this with my company, or to share this with my partner. Now is the time, because that's all that we have. Everything else is an illusion. Our us imagining is us peering into a future that hasn't materialized yet. And there's something really important about understanding your fear of putting the work in. I feel like your issues with your work ethic, maybe some of you don't work hard enough. Some of you may be working too hard. Some of us may be fucking burnt out. But God got you. Oh, okay. I feel like what's the part of ourselves that's being removed is there are issues with energy. Some of us were struggling with like physical ailments. Some of us have been struggling with not being able to let shit go, not being able to release. Maybe there's even intestinal issues or gastrointestinal issues. There could have been even like issues with regularity in your physical body, issues with like physical, certain, some of us are going to be experiencing the removal or the release of physical ailments, issues in your self-worth. There is a change going on in your physical body, in your self-worth, in how much money you make, and the divine is giving you the magic wand of manifestation. There is an influx of physical, spiritual, and sexual energy that's coming in that is really going to inspire you, that's really going to give you way more vitality and physical energy, way more spiritual energy, the understanding of what to do with your sexual energy, because your sexual energy is just your life force. It's like your Reiki inside of you. And so there's so much more that you can do with that outside of giving it to somebody's dusty ass child, you know? And so there's just something there around what needs to be released. Also, what about ourselves needs to be released? Let me slow down, because there's more here. Be careful you're not doing it all for the money, that you're not doing it all for this person with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, or that there could be even the desire to do it your way versus understanding that the divine is cooking up a plan. Let God cook. What needs to be, one more, come on, actually I got a few more. What about ourselves needs to be released with this full moon in Aries, October 17th, 2024? Micromanaging yourself. If you're at a job where you are very, very micromanaged, there could just be something about it's time to acknowledge you can't handle that shit. So it's time to address it, not aggressively. The Four of Wands. It's funny. Some of us, like, are you doing it all for the money, or are you doing it all for the fun? Are you doing it all? Is like fun and festivities like your number one priority? There has to be a healthier balance between uh, work and pleasure. Yeah, Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Um, Also, some of us are doing everything for a union, everything to like be with somebody. This Some of us may be in this position where we're hyper prioritizing romantic love. Um, I feel like what about ourselves needs to be released. Ooh, this is a word. Okay, some of us, because if it's not me, it's you. If it's you, if it's not you, it's me. Some of us want love so bad that we're willing to knowingly participate in third party situations that eat away, chip away at our self esteem and our self worth. Some of us are operating, or, everybody is different, but I'm just saying this, there is a word here for somebody. And some of y'all are participating in polyamory solely because you don't believe that you can be loved consistently and holistically by just one person. Um, there could be a fear of commitment, a fear of union, a fear of marriage, a fear of partnership. And I feel like that may be subconscious. Some of us don't realize how fearful we are because we're talking about the me, Aries, and the we, Libra axis now, And so there's something there about, okay, some of us really struggle to invest in commitments, to invest in people, to invest in our own happiness, to invest in our future. It's time to let go of that fear of, like, if I put something in, I'm not going to get it out. Put something in because that's who you are, not because you're expecting a certain outcome. Do something because that's authentic to you, not because you're looking for a certain response. Be who you are, be as you are right now. Some of us are okay with being hidden, or okay with being unseen, or okay with being somebody's side something, or somebody's, like, oh, I'll just, I'll take what I can get. You get Monday, Thursday. I get him on the weekend. You ain't SZA. And nor are we participating in that side chick sad ass mentality either. Don't get it twisted. I love me some SZA, but she is like a glorified side chick, and revels in the pain of it and keeps putting herself in that situation just, I guess, to get good albums. It's working. But there's something here around understanding, like, don't you deserve to be loved out loud? Darling, don't you know you deserve to be loved out loud? And if you feel like somebody's secret, or if you feel like you're being hidden, or, um, you know, swept under the rug in some sort of way, if you feel like a fucking option, don't be a groupie. Keep it motherfucking moving. Don't play yourself. Okay, what narrative about ourselves is hindering our life? What story are you telling yourself that's hindered, that you're going to get fucked over? If you think that all men lie, or if you think all men or all people lie, all people cheat, all people steal, all people deceive, that's exactly what the universe has the only option to affirm for you. If some of us don't understand, like, you are not your thoughts, which is why it's time to spend more time in silence, not shooing away the thoughts that you think, listening to the thoughts that come up. Because we are in a place where we need to familiarize ourselves with ourselves. And the more that you spend time with your thoughts, and the more you converse with your thoughts, you'll start to learn the difference between who is the asker and the actual thought, which will help you to come to the conclusion that you are not your thoughts, and not all thoughts are yours. The changeability of your mind. It's like, can you create a plan? Can you stick to it? Can you do you do the things you intend to do? Can you stay on schedule? Do you keep letting people in who, or letting people stay who have shown you that they are deceptive in some sort of way. Some of us, like the narrative or the story that we've been telling ourselves is like, this always happens to me. Somebody always steals something from me or takes something from me. Who can be trusted? Everybody has dirt. Everybody, blah, 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 blah. If you out here acting right, don't you know that there's somebody else who's out in the world acting right too? Who's in your vicinity? Who absolutely can come close to you should the divine see fit? If you are also, if you, some of us, okay, some of us are in this position where you like, we think we have to lie or steal or manipulate or be deceptive to get what we want. That shit will backfire with the quickness. If you are out here like, oh, scheming on people, if you're, stealing or even like stealing, shoplifting, um, lying to people or making yourself out to be something that you're not, lying about skills that you have or things that you're qualified to do. If you know somebody's in a relationship and you still keep trying to fuck with them or get their attention, that shit will eat your ass up when you least expect it. Do not play with the cosmic balance of things, especially not where we're going. We're entering November 19th, when Pluto moves into Aquarius. We are entering the age of Aquarius and the age of I know, an age of information, unlike any we've ever seen in our existence. And fuck around and find out if you want to. Play with God if you want to. Play with karma if you want to. But I just feel like you will get fucked up if you out here operating in malice. If you are lying or deceptive, if you keep hanging out with people who you know are deceptive and who you know lie or cheat or steal, wait till they do that shit to you. And then you're going to learn your lesson, or you're going to be like, oh, I see how you are. You don't have to worry about me. Even if you're sticking around just because, oh, we've been friends for forever and, it's just entertaining to me. They would never do that to me. All right. Keep playing. Scratch a lie, find a thief. Science tells us that we are the culmination of the 5 people that we hang out with the most. So if whoever you are hanging out with operates on this really dark, dirty level, that shit's in you too, and it'll end up coming out, and you'll end up, getting blamed or having to go down with some shit that you're like, but I thought I didn't. I just was hanging out. I just was friends. I was just loyal. Okay. Okay. One more for this narrative that needs to be released, an old mindset that needs to be released, a story that we've been telling ourselves that needs to be released. Just one more, please. A lot of us don't realize the way that we think, our negative self-talk, our negative our like self-limiting beliefs are holding you back from the success that's actually written for you. You keep telling yourself you can't have it, so it's like, all right, I guess you're right, you can't have it. This came out reversed. I saw it reversed, so I'm just going to honor that. The the 7 of Swords and the Queen of Wands reversed with the 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Some of us are in this place where we're so fucking hard. We're so tough, especially for us that identify as women. If you keep letting yourself stay hardened in your masculine energy, it's going to be a real miracle for you to draw in somebody that wants to deal with that constantly. And somebody that does want to deal with that has other issues that will come to the surface. Some of us really struggle with anger, really struggle with insecurity, really struggle with like are some variation of a tyrant, or some of us like really struggle with domination or dominating. Um, some of us don't. Okay, this is also that narrative of shitty confidence. It's time to break away from the lack of confidence. Some of us, it's like time to get Leo level Delulu when it comes to your confidence. Because that's the thing, the people who are out here making it, it's almost like the world is filled with these people who don't have talent but are getting ridiculously paid because they have the confidence to do it. And hard work beats out talent every day. All the talented people don't have a lick of confidence. But the untalented, no magic having motherfuckers put in the work because they believe in themselves. They have the confidence. Lord knows where it comes from. But some of us were born with gobs of audacity and nothing of substance to back it up. And then some of us were born with so much substance and not a drop, a half a milliliter, a half a, you know, a half a drop of confidence. And it's not it, that's not it, that's not how we were intended to be. So it's time for, if you know you are struggling with confidence issues, it's time to get to the root of it. A lot of us are in the position where we keep saying we can't do something, and it's that I can't mentality that is keeping you, that's holding you back, that's hindering you. Some of us is unresolved rage, unresolved anger, issues with self confidence, negative self talk. That stuff is holding you back. And want you to practice speaking back to that voice that says the self-limiting thing or the intrusive mean thought. You've got to start putting it in its place internally. Yes, that may sound crazy. It may seem like you're talking to yourself, because you are. But you've got to remember that you're a spirit having a human experience, and your spirit needs to be in the driver's seat. And so you got to have the internal conference call to make sure, like, who's in gear, who's in the back, who's in the baby stroller, who's in the car seat, like. And that's uncomfortable work sometimes. Often that is uncomfortable work. Because your brain, if it doesn't have all of the info, will create a scenario, because it wants to complete, it wants to make a truth. And so it's like, okay, given the information that we have here, this must be the answer. Y'all, like 98% of the time, that ain't the fucking answer. That ain't even the reality. It's not even close to what's actually going on. And so there's something about being able to talk to yourself, self-soothe, self-regulate. What do you do to regulate your nervous system when things go haywire? It's time to research that. I just saw 33:33 on the clock. A lot of us, a lot of this will be resolved if we just started talking to God. If we just start talking to the universe. If we just start talking to your higher self. I just like the word God, but it's synonymous with source, spirit, the universe, all that. We all out here just trying to say the same thing and trying to be touchy around like the words that we use. My God doesn't have to be, more than likely isn't, yours. And so I prefer to say the God of your understanding. So just talk to the God of your understanding. Some people think God is some white dude with a beard and a cloud. Some people think God is nature. Some people think God is science. Whatever that is, it's up to you to determine that and for you to figure that out. But you need to talk to them. A lot of our issues, I feel like, would be resolved if we would stop getting out of this place where we're expecting a mere human to fulfill us in the way that the divine has historically always done. I was dumbfounded when I found out that hundreds of years ago the word soulmate just meant God. And now we think that a soulmate is supposed to be some little tiny baby human, little tiny baby boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, spouse. Everybody that you encounter is a soulmate because everybody is a fractal of God. Everybody is a fractal of the universe. And we're all just getting our fractals back. We're all just working to get our pieces together, ultimately. So if you do that work, if we do the work to get this fearful, angry, um, unconfident, confidentless, if we address those narratives, what happens? Woo! You find your fucking magic. You start to you find your oneness. You see the oneness in everything. You see the interconnectedness in everything. You see you start finding the God in everything. You start finding the universe source in everything. Your heart opens up. You get to communicate more effectively. You start to understand you have everything that you need in order to like move forward. You start to embody your magic. You start to speak the life that you want into existence. You get to a point where you can fucking take off. And speaking of taking off, y'all should follow me over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, we, have all kinds of astrological content. There's a tier for weekly readings, a tier for daily readings. I'm creating an ethical cult. There's no Kool-Aid. It's okay. Just come on over. The links are in the description box below. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok is at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. So if we do the uncomfortable work of facing our shadow, we will be reborn. We will initiate a new relationship with ourselves, which is going to generate a new relationship with other people. The right lover comes in and or commits, or the relationship that you have committed yourself to starts to improve or fall away because it may not be the one for you, because you may have attracted somebody based on this lacking, this why can't I figure out the negative for confident? Unconfident, disconfident. Just know you do the work to face that self-limiting mindset. No matter how confident you think you are, some of us still have shreds of self-limiting beliefs inside of us. You do the work, there will be so much expansion, so much love, so like an influx of creativity. You start over. You find the oneness within yourself, and then and then you're back to the foolishly believing. What did it say? So that we can get on with innovations and limitless worlds and feel confident that there is somebody there pioneering the bold reaches forward, who is too foolish to stop for anything. If we do that work, we get in that Aries, like that childlike creativity, and that's where miracles happen. That being in that childlike joy and wonder and awe and trusting in the divine so much that we're ready to just take crazy leaps of faith. And when we do it, wish fulfillment comes in. Self-made shit comes in. Look at me and my motherfucking cups. You finally get to put that old emotional, spiritual, or old creative cycle behind you. You finally get to put that person that had such a hold on you behind you. You get to make yourself. Come through, Incubus. And you get to break free. Okay, so last but never least, are there any messages from source, anything else that needs to be conveyed for this full moon in Aries, October 17th, 2024? Get on with it. 6 of Swords. Get your ass out of whatever situation and or disharmonious mindset that is hindering you or that's keeping you from going forward. Some of us are in a situation we know we shouldn't be in. Some of us are stuck in a mindset that we know is not serving us. Some of us are in jobs and relationships that we know are not serving us, that we know are not going forward, that we know are not progressing. Some of us are trying to be nice to people who, like, you can't bring everybody with you. And the divine wants you to know it's time to turn your back on the turbulence. It's time to turn your back on that cycle of lack and scarcity and move towards harmony in the realm of the mind, and then the body follows suit. There also may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements coming towards you, or going away. So if you, and I feel like you already know who you are. If you know, like some of you know, like, damn, this is about to be over. That's for you. For some of you who are like, I think they're coming towards me, then yeah, it's for you. But it's like a knowing. You already know this. The King of Pentacles. And when you move towards harmony, that harmony will be materialized in your physical world. The work that you've done, the labor that you've put in, the blood, sweat, and tears that you've been put in is going to get you in a place where you feel way more established, comfortable, and are absolutely paid, baby. You got to pay me, boy. You got to pay me, boy. From the King of Pentacles to the Empress, yes. Some of you are going towards somebody with Taurus placements. I feel like some of you are getting out of a situation and going into a situation with somebody that is very stable and confident. They may have Taurus or Libra placements. I feel like, okay. For those of you who are in a situation with somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, and it's been like, it's been going strong for like, I want to say 9-10 months to a year, that person is coming closer towards you and things are getting more established. And I feel like we're moving towards remembering our self-worth and getting back into the embodiment of our creativity. Understanding that, the Empress don't get off the throne, but for the Emperor. And this King of Pentacles is steady over here looking at the Empress, and the Empress would not even give them the time of day. That's beneath her. And there's something there around understanding like we're moving up in levels of financial prosperity, but also in like self-worth. Get out of whatever situation that you know you shouldn't be in, whatever job or mindset that you know you shouldn't be in, that's stealing from your harmony or stealing from, your peace, and get yourself into the position to, like, you just may end up swimming up on stability. Like you just like roll up. That eclipse energy is still in the works. One more, please. Anything else, Spirit, you have to say? God, you got anything else for us? Into the world. And finally breaking away from the past and the hold that it has on our hearts. The disappointment that has dictated so many of your decisions. I feel like what's coming in is the end of things feeling out of sync. And finally, there's this in sync completion. There's an accomplishment, possibly. There's this sense or this feeling of like the puzzle piece, like clicking into place. There also could be something around like something really important happening around like birthdays or anniversaries or like rites of passages or retirement or things of that nature. Also, these two cards are pregnancy. So I feel like there's something there around if you're not trying to have a baby, don't be out here playing Russian roulette. But also I feel like some of us are birthing something into the world that is going to help you and other people break away from the past and experience true peace and reverence and awe and comfortability and wholeness. Hydrate. There's some shit that's coming in that's a big deal. Something means the world to you. You mean the world to someone. And so I feel like this is a full moon. This is a season where we are really being disconnected from how much logic we've slathered over everything, and our instincts are finally starting to kick back up or override logic. And I'm not saying that that's wrong or right. I'm just saying that don't forget you have instincts for a reason. Don't forget that those gut feelings. Don't forget that I don't even want to say gut feelings, because I honestly feel like a lot of our gut feelings are dictated by our traumas. And I feel like we as a collective are going to have to learn how to separate what your gut is telling you, because your gut, your literal gut, is the second brain. And so there's something here around, if there's stuff going on here, it's impacting stuff that's going on here, you know? And so there is just something there around, I keep getting checked every time I say gut feeling. And I just feel like we're moving away from that because a lot of our guts have been tainted. Ooh, okay, that's what it is. Our physical guts have been poisoned. Okay, Monsanto, like, and so there's something around, is your trauma dictating your gut? And is that what you're listening to? Do you know the difference between your gut and your spirit? And then your higher self? And then the divine? Can we differentiate that? Do we know those sensations? There's a lot that we have to learn about ourselves. And there's a lot more personal power that's coming in to be established and grown so we can get where we need to be. I love you. You got this.